Hi everyone. Now in this video, let's try to solve some practical code. Let's try to solve some practical questions, right? So let me just give you an example from the employee table itself. I'm gonna play with the employee table itself, जो कि table हम काफ़ी time से use कर रहे हैं. So we have total 14 number of records and we have couple of records for department number 10, couple of records for department number 20 and a couple of records for department number 30, right? Now अगर कोई आपसे ये कहे कि आई वॉन्टेड टू सी डिपार्टमेंट वाइज सम ऑफ सैलरी, डिपार्टमेंट वाइज सम ऑफ सैलरी, तो उसके लिए व्हाट क्वेरी यू विल राइट दिस क्वेरी विच यू कैन सी ऑन योर स्क्रीन. नाउ लेट मी राइट दिस क्वेरी अगेन फॉर यू सो दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर और रिकलेक्ट. सेलेक्ट DEPT number comma sum of salary from EMP table and you can say group by department number, right? So it will first of all group your values on the basis of department number, and on the basis of that group it will calculate the sum of salary. For each group definitely it's gonna calculate the sum of salary, right? Select the code and run it. So you can see that for department number 10 it has calculated the separate sum of salary. For department number 20 this is the sum of salary, and for 30 this is the sum of salary. Now how can we map this question with OLAP function, and how you can write the OLAP function? So let me just try to write the OLAP function for you. So I can say select. Now OLAP function के साथ एक advantage ये है कि you can not only get only few columns but you can get all the columns in the output along with the aggregated value. आप सारे ही column output में देख सकते हो. Now यहाँ पे आपके पास सिर्फ 2 column है and you are getting the aggregated value for 10, 20 and 30. But ये बहुत ही limited information है. I want all the column, मुझे सारे column चाहिए output में और मुझे aggregated value भी चाहिए output में. उस केस के लिए OLAP function is the best option. जहाँ पे इंटरव्यूअर आपसे ये कह रहा है कि I want to see all the column and I want to get the aggregated value also. So please go for OLAP function. So how can I say? I can say select star comma I want aggregated value also, that is your sum of salary from EMP table, and I have to say over window over here and I can give a bracket. Now if you see this over window along with the aggregate function, then it will become a OLAP function. All right, now let me run this query. Will it be working? No, it will not work. It will give you some error and then we'll fix the error also. It says from keyword not found where expected. From keyword not found where expected, right? So problem क्या है कि जब आप कोई query लिखते हो, you say select star from employee from the table name. So after the star it expect the from clause. So to mitigate this, what I can do is I can give an alias to this table name. I can say EMPE and then I can say select E dot star. I can say select E dot star comma sum of salary over bracket. Now inside the over I have not used anything yet. अभी हमने उसको blank छोड़ा हुआ है. बाद में हम जितने भी clauses हमने सीखे हैं वो over window के अंदर हम use करेंगे step by step. Now will this query work? Let me just try. Now you are getting all the column. So you have to say select E dot star comma sum of salary over this bracket. So this is your OLAP way of writing the query. एक और फर्क महसूस किया आपने, एक और डिफरेंस आपने महसूस किया है. यहाँ पे you don't have to say group by. OLAP function में I am not saying group by all the column. I am not saying group by all the column, right? Even if, for example, if I retrieve some columns. So for example, I am gonna retrieve DEPT number comma sum of salary and from EMPE. So I can say E dot star. So आपको सारे ही डिपार्टमेंट नंबर दिख रहे हैं, राइट? और उसके साथ आपको सिर्फ एक ही वैल्यू दिख रही है, दैट इज 29025. अब ये 29 और 29,025 वैल्यू, व्हाट इज दिस वैल्यू? सो लेट मी शो इट अगेन सो दैट यू कैन गेट द बेटर आइडिया. E डॉट स्टार कॉमा सम ऑफ सैलरी ओवर दिस फ्रॉम EMPE. So what is the meaning of this? This is giving you total sum of salary. over the entire table, over all the department, for all the employees. This is the single sum of salary for entire employee, and it is appending that single value with each and every row. हर row के साथ ये value आपको append होती हुई दिख रही है. This is the crux of OLAP function, that you can get all the column and then you can get this derived column for your aggregated value. Now I can give that particular OLAP function, or this is a separate derived column. So I can give this derived column as a name, right? What the name I can give it to him, that column? I can say total salary. All right. This is just an alias I have given it to it. Now let me run this. Now it has a name called total salary, total underscore salary. This is the name that you have, right? So it is always a good idea that you give an alias name to this particular OLAP function so that it can display on the terminal. This is how you can write the OLAP queries. Now let me do a cross verification कि ये जो 29025 है, does it the right value for the entire table, for the entire sum of salary? So what I can do is I can just cross verify. I can say sum. This is just for a cross verification whether this number is correct or not, right? Select sum of salary from EMP table and simply select this code and run it. You are getting this number, right? 29,025, and that's the same number you can see over here, which is getting appended with each and every record. Now this output doesn't make any sense. I just gave you an idea how OLAP works and what is the benefit. The benefit is that if you want to see all the column in the output along with the aggregated value, you can get it. But the practical question could have been, I wanted to see department wise sum of salary. I wanted to see department wise sum of salary. Department wise sum of salary. So I can use a clause over here, partition by. Partition by department number, DEPT number, right? Partition by department number, and let me just select the code and let me run it. So for department number 10, you have 8750. For department number 20, you have 10,875, and for department number 30, you have 9400. So what is the meaning of partition by clause? Partition by clause का मतलब क्या हुआ? Partition by clause का मतलब ये हुआ कि अभी the sum of salary will be calculated on the basis of department number. तो जैसे ही department number change होगा, it will calculate a separate sum of salary for department number 20, and again it will calculate a separate sum of salary for department number 30. That is the meaning of partition by clause. You are doing a calculation. Which calculation? Sum of salary. Over what? Over partition by department number. हर एक डिपार्टमेंट का ग्रुप क्रिएट होगा और उसके ऊपर सम ऑफ सैलरी कैलकुलेट होगा. बट हियर वी आर नॉट यूजिंग ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज. इंस्टेड ऑफ ग्रुप बाय क्लॉज in OLAP function, you are using partition by clause. I hope you are getting my point. What could be the next question? I wanted to see all the column in the output and I wanted to check average of salary, or I wanted to see sum of salary job wise, not department wise. What could be the query? Let me write the query. Select E dot star to retrieve all the column, comma, sum of salary, and I can have an over keyword and I can say partition by job, right? So it will partition the job, and I can, or I should be giving an alias to this particular column. This is a derived column, so I can say total salary. Again, whatever name it suits to you, you can give. I can say total sal or salary. From which table? From EMP, and since I've used an alias E over here, so I can give as name as EMP E, right? Let me run or select the code and run the query. So I have sum of salary job wise, designation wise. Designation is job only, right? This column. So analyst का जो sum of salary है वो है 6000. Clerk जो है clerk का जो sum of salary है वो है 4150. Manager जो है manager इसका सम ऑफ सैलरी है 8275 एंड वी हैव अ सेल्समैन, तो सेल्समैन का सम ऑफ सैलरी है 5600, राइट, सेल्समैन का सम ऑफ सैलरी है 5600. So this is how it works that you can do a partition by job, partition by department number. जो भी repetitive column है आपका, job है, department number है, these are repetitive column जहाँ पे आप partition कर सकते हो, उसके basis पे you have to do maths. Next question could be that I wanted to check average of salary department wise, average of salary department wise. So I can say select E dot star comma average of salary. You want to calculate average of salary over what? Over partition by department number, TEPT number, right? And you can have this column as total salary from EMP E, right? So I want to calculate average of salary over partition by department number. Select this code and run it. So here you are having, I can say average of salary, not total salary. So I can change the column name AVG salary. So let me run this code again. So you have a column, derived column, average salary, and you're doing a partition by department number. So ये हो गया 10 का एवरेज सैलरी, ये हो गया 20 का एवरेज सैलरी, और ये हो गया डिपार्टमेंट नंबर 30 का एवरेज सैलरी. So this is how you can write the OLAP queries, OLAP function, online analytical processing. अच्छा, why it is called OLAP? कभी ये अगर क्वेश्चन दिमाग में आए तो OLAP as in online analytical processing. Analytical processing means you want to analyze something. आपको कुछ एनालिसिस करना है, राइट? तो अगर ये नंबर आपको दिया जाए, ग्रुप बाय वाला नंबर, यू हैव अ लिमिटेड कॉलम्स, तो हियर यू हैव डिपार्टमेंट वाइज सम ऑफ सैलरी. इसमें आप और क्या एनालिसिस कर पाओगे? आपको सिर्फ इतना पता चलेगा कि 10 का कितना है, 20 का कितना है और 30 का कितना है सम ऑफ सैलरी, बट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू नो द अदर कॉलम्स. एम्प्लॉय का नाम क्या है, एम्प्लॉय का नंबर क्या है, उसका मैनेजर कौन है, उसका सैलरी कितना है. सो द अदर इन्फॉर्मेशन विल नॉट बी हैविंग. बट इफ़ यू वांट टू डू अ प्रॉपर एनालिसिस, इफ़ यू वांट टू डू अ प्रॉपर डेटा एनालिसिस, उसके लिए यू विल हैव टू गो फॉर OLAP function. And that's the reason, since you are having a detailed data with all the column along with the aggregated values, you can do your analysis in a better way. You can do your analysis in a proper way. That's the reason it is called OLAP function, online analytical processing. All right. So this is the question. Now what can be the next question? Next question can be, I wanted to check average salary job wise. I wanted to check average salary job wise. Select E dot star comma average of salary over, I can say partition by job, and this can be the same alias name from EMPE, right? E dot star comma average of salary over partition by job, and this is your average salary. Now this is one derived column, right? This is one derived column, or this is one OLAP function. Ultimately in SQL query it is all rows and columns, how much columns you are retrieving. So this is your all the column, and after comma this is your derived OLAP column जहाँ पे आपको पूरा column दिखेगा, right? Which is your average salary job wise. So let me run this. You will be getting job wise average salary. So ये हो गया आपका job wise. Analyst का average salary इतना है, clerk का average salary इतना है, manager का respectively salesman का. So you can see the output and get the idea. So this is your OLAP function. Now in the next video we'll talk more about OLAP function, how else it can be used, and how you can apply the other clauses inside the over window. So that will give you even more idea with other more examples. See you in the next video.